Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Friday, April 29th. We're going to be talking about some NBA DFS picks today on DraftKings and FanDuel. But before we get started, I'm going to take a quick look back at yesterday's picks and see how they turned out. So these were my original picks and I didn't quite get a chance to update them. So that's a little bit of a reason for some of them. So at point guard on DraftKings, we had Goran Dragic, $5,400, looking for 27 points out of him, got to 32.5, so he was a hit. Marcus Smart, $6,700, looking for 34 points out of him. He did not end up playing, so he was a miss. Didn't get a chance to update that in my lineup. Just didn't quite have enough time yesterday, guys. And then Lonnie Walker, $3,600, looking for 18 points out of him. Got to 24.75, so he was a hit. Chuma Okeke, $4,900, looking for 25 points out of him. Got to 36.75, so he was a hit as well. Willie Herman Gomez, $4,200, looking for 21 points out of him, got to 13.25. He was a miss, but Steven Adams did end up starting in this game, so that really hurt him overall. Then on the FanDuel side, we had Goran Dragic as well, $5,000, looking for 25 points out of him, got to 31.5, so he was a hit. Jordan Clarkson, $6,300, looking for 32 points out of him. Figured he'd be in the starting lineup, with no Mike Conley. He didn't actually end up starting. This game was kind of a blowout. He only played 25 minutes in it. So he only ended up with 25.6 points, so he was a miss. Rui Hachimura, $4,200, looking for 21 points out of him. Thought this was pretty safe bet. Played 30 minutes, but he only got 19.2 points, so he was a miss, but probably not one that killed you too bad overall. Then at power forward, Chuma Okeke once again, $5,000, looking for 25 points out of him. Got to 39.1, so he was a hit. And then last but not least, Jarrett Allen, $6,500, looking for 33 points out of him. Got to 43.1, so he was a hit as well. So overall, kind of a hit or miss day. I would assume that if we were able to switch out Marcus Smart and Willie Herman Gomez, DraftKings would have been a very good day overall. But with that being said, we'll get into today's games and talk about the injuries in play. So we'll start off with the Mavericks and the Pistons, and this is going to be a pretty big value spot, at least early on. So we'll start off with the Pistons because they actually have all the guys that are ruled out so far. So Wayne Ellington, Jeremy Grant, Corey Joseph, Rodney Magruder, Mason Plumlee, and Dennis Smith Jr. are all out once again. So we're looking at that lineup, the Killian Hayes, the Josh Jackson, the Sadiq Bey, whoever else ends up starting, whether it's Sekou Doumbouya or somebody else, and Isaiah Stewart. So could be a decent amount of value here. Mavericks side, you look at all the game time decisions, Richardson, Redick, Porzingis, Kleber, Finney-Smith, and Luka. So definitely a lot of factors in play there. And then Terry out once again. Then we move over to the Brooklyn Nets. James Harden, Claxton, Chiuzo, Brown are all still out. Johnson is a game time decision. We'll see if he ends up playing. For the Pacers, Sabonis and Miles Turner are both out once again. We'll see if Goga or Jeremy Lamb make their way back today. If they don't, could be a pretty good day for the Nets team overall. Then we move over to the Bucks. DiVincenzo and Giannis are both game time decisions, but it looks like they should play. Then the Houston Rockets have Nwaba, Gordon, Brown, Augustine all out already. And then Avery Bradley and House are both game time decisions, so there could be a little bit of value in this game overall. And then we move down to the Warriors, and we got Eric Paschall, Damon Lee still out. Ken Bazemore looks like he should be back today, but Kelly Oubre looking like he's not going to play today, so could open up some value there for Bazemore as well. Then for the Timberwolves, just Beasley out once again, so no changes there. The Toronto Raptors, pretty much the same as last time out. Watson, Trent, and Boucher all out, and then Harris is a game time decision. For the Denver Nuggets, it looks like Will Barton and Monty Morris are both game time decisions. We'll see if either one of them end up playing today. For the Pelicans, Steven Adams is listed as a game time decision once again. Looks like he should play, though, and he did play last night. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Josh Hart both still out. Then for Oklahoma City, Deck, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Muscala are all out. So they're about as healthy as they've been for a long time. So not too much value overall in that game. But with that being said, that's a quick little rundown on all the injuries for today's slate. It is a 6-game slate, so not the biggest slate in the world, but not the smallest either. So pretty decent sized slate overall to play on today. But with that being said, I'll get moved over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. So at the point guard position, we got Ty Jerome, $3,500. Looking for 17, 18 points out of him, averaging 21 on the season. Been playing pretty decent minutes, been playing pretty well. Seems like a pretty good spot overall to play here. Then at shooting guard, got Josh Jackson, $5,800. Looking for 29 points out of him, averaging about 25 on the season. He's played rather well when, all of these other guys have been out this year. His usage rate goes way up, so definitely in play today. Then at small forward, we got Kent Bazemore back in the lineup once again today, $3,900. Looking for about 19, 20 points out of him, averaging about 16 on the year. But we've seen him have some pretty good games when he's been in that starting lineup and getting those minutes. Then at power forward, we're going right back to Kevin Durant, $8,500. Price only went up $200. Still a very, very good price for him if he's playing that 33 minutes that he got the last time out. Definitely in play today. Definitely a good matchup against this banged-up Pacers team overall. Then last but not least, at the center position, we got Isaiah Stewart, $6,000. A little bit of a hefty price tag for him now, but we've seen him have some pretty good games when Mason Plumlee's been out. And, going against Dallas, who's pretty banged up as well. Definitely could be a good matchup for him overall. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on DraftKings today, you'll have $22,300 left over, just over $7,400 per player. So you could try a balance build. You can try to pay up for a guy, maybe 2 guys, and a value pick. Just lots of different ways to mix and match today. Should be an interesting slate overall. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my picks over there as well. So at the point guard position, got Killian Hayes, $3,900. Looking for about 19, 20 points out of him. Should be in that starting lineup. Should be getting more minutes in this game. And when he's gotten the minutes, he's played, well enough to pay off for this price tag at least. And then shooting guard, we got Josh Jackson, his teammate. $5,600. Looking for 28 points out of him. Averaging about 24 on the season. Same thing we said over on the DraftKings side. When all these other guys are out, his usage rate goes way up. Plays very well. Not too much else to say there about him. Then I'm going right back to Kevin Porter Jr. today. Played, not very well last time out. Looking for 28 points out of him, averaging 29 on the season. Second game back, hopefully he shoots the ball a little bit better. And, still no John Wall. There might not be some of these other guys as well. So definitely an important piece for the Rockets today. Then we move down to power forward, and it's Isaiah Stewart. Kind of talked about him on the DraftKings side already. At center over there, $5,900. Looking for 29, 30 points out of him. This is a little bit more of a pay-up spot, like I said, on DraftKings. But definitely a guy that can do it when Mason Plumlee's been out this year. Then last but not least, at the center position, got Karl Anthony Towns. Not a lot of enticing center options on FanDuel today. Towns is the one that stood out for me. $9,700, looking for 48, 49 points out of him. I think he can get to 50 points rather easily today in a pace-up matchup against the Warriors as long as this game stays close. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players over on FanDuel today, you'll have $29,300 left over, just over $7,300 per player. So definitely a little bit of room to pick some values and pay up for some other options as well. But with that being said, these are my picks for today, April 29th on both FanDuel and DraftKings. As always, I'll be listing all the news, starting lineups, and injury updates down in the comments below, so definitely be sure to check that out. If you guys have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to ask. Definitely here to help you guys out the best that I can. And with that being said, if you guys are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. Definitely helps build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports. And that's truly one for you, the viewers, helping you guys with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you guys with your fantasy football teams, talking all the different football news this offseason. There's going to be a lot of that talk in the coming days because NFL draft starts tonight. So if you guys are into that, definitely be sure to check out those videos as well. But with that being said, if you are new or current subscribers yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. And like I've been saying, I do daily NBA DFS videos like this. Going to be posting some of that NFL draft content as well, especially after the draft, kind of reacting to some of these landing spots, giving some grades to different teams. Definitely going to be an interesting next couple weeks. Definitely excited for it. Excited for the NFL draft tonight and the next couple of days as well. Hopefully you guys all enjoy as well. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed. Hopefully you all do very well in NBA DFS tonight. And as always, if you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to ask. Definitely here to help you guys out the best that I can. And then last but not least, special little shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.